Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now 1st and goal.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Throwing is Mariota. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
Let's ride, dog. Here we go, here we go.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Stop.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He will find his man Chase complete and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Burrow. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. 2nd and 7. Now Burrow. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Here's a give to Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He completes it to Boyd.
Holding. Offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really...
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the Falcons are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Dancing to his left. And he whips that one incomplete there.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
A solid stiff arm. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Now Arthur Smith going to tell the offense to stay put. We're going for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. It's complete. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves.
Now Burrow loses the football.
Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
On the return is Williams.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards.
And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this when he's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. To throw Mariota.
They'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. 1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And he works free. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cordero Patterson. 28 yards.
And the Falcons add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run and have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
11, 12, 11, empty.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. That's the tight end, Hurst with it. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. First down. Here's Burrow. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Falcons will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. Patterson running between the tackles. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Marcus Mariota, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons just continue to roll. So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now from the 30, it's a 47-yard extra point try. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And a nice play on the end of it, an 18-yard touchdown run. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Burrow.
That's caught over the middle by Hurst. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man. It's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And Burrow going to throw again.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can. I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurting this one. No, okay.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to do. And my goodness, another interception. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They'll run here with Algier. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I really love the defensive discipline there because you notice he kept looking for a cutback lane. He was trying to dart into and find the end zone, but it never materialized. Everyone took care of their responsibilities and their gaps. They got him out of bounds for a loss on that play.
What's the deal, y'all? Let's go. Let's go right here.
Delay of game, offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Still 2nd down.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skills showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 218 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Bengals will get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep of protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Richie Grant, and the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's one play at a time. We got to be big time now. They can't read us straight up. Let's go, baby. Let's have some fun. Let's do it.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other